What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary 41 of my sponsor, Steel Supplements. Link and discount code down in the description. You also know I'm a Weeble Preferred Level. What's your best promotion in the pinned comment? All you need to do, click the link, go open an account. They're going to give you the best promotion they have, which always includes free fractional shares. And I know what you're thinking, Ryan. You always clickbait us. With these Madden 24 title updates, but this is not a test. This is actually the Madden game that you've been waiting for. Really, it's the Madden game I've been waiting for, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm not going to drag this out. I want you to understand this is the key updates for us, for you and me. Gen 4 player experience. Since the last update, some players said, hey, this game is running slow as anything. We can't even get user interfaces right. We're having problems with Madden Ultimate Team. So I want you to know that not only was EA working on that, I want you to look at the bottom of this, okay? This is EA Sports. John Madden does not deserve his name on this game any longer because they tuned a lot of things in this game. But tucked tightly yet tantalizingly at the bottom of this is they fixed an issue causing undesired catch drops when the quarterback would get hit during or shortly after throwing the ball. This coincides with a lot of people complaining that they were having issues with drops offensively and defensively. So, how did EA fix this? Well, I'm glad you asked. The September title update included a fix to this. However, that had an unintended result of decreasing the chance to catch passes during or after a quarterback was hit globally. So in response, they're backing that change out of the game to return catch chances to previous values. You understand, this is essentially EA Sports saying, listen, we can't figure it out. The fixes that we try to put in place don't work, and from one month to the next, we might have to move them in and move them out to even have them function properly. I love this for EA Sports. Outside of that, you have all of the same issues that we always talk about. Fixing a game that you release broken is not the same as keeping a game current. And I talk all the time that EA Sports needs to be the standard bearer of actually going out and making sure their game is the most current. World Series ended last night. You can go right now, MLB The Show, pick a game, pick a day, and play true to life exactly what that team experienced. Roster, weather, uniform, presentation, you name it. EA Sports doesn't allow this. And it's because EA Sports continues to focus on the wrong things. Not only in a case like this, where you're having to rework something to fix it. Right now, essentially what they're saying is, listen, not only did our way of fixing it not work, we had to fix the fix that we put in, and we've still got to work on the fix for it. I mean, guys, we're in November. They're still telling you the game isn't where they want it, and they still have to fix it. Moving forward, obviously, they did some other things that we will discuss, like franchise mode. NFL games have been scheduled overseas for a long time. Obviously, this is known well in advance, yet EA Sports is sitting there just now getting Deutsche Bank Park into the game. And also, I love that everything is rare, right? There's a rare crash that would occur in a game where a player downloaded a draft class that would occasionally have incomplete data. Whose fault is that? Let me ask you this. In this clip, in this segment right here, when you're saying, hey, we allowed something to be downloaded in our game that was incomplete and it broke it, who allowed that to be uploaded incomplete to begin with? EA Sports. Why are all of those downloadable files even there? Because they weren't doing their job well enough to the point where the community had to step in, do their job for them, and create rosters. They also fixed an issue with a halftime report during the game, but sometimes show the wrong teams and the wrong scores. We wonder why we can't get a more authentic looking, realistic, actual, highlight-driven, narrated highlight of a halftime show. And they can't even get words and text to line up. And then, of course, there's various text bugs that they had to go fix in their Twitter feeds and their stories. Moving forward, where all the work and all the effort is put, Madden Ultimate Team So many of these issues, if you actually look at them, are resulting in things that would make someone no longer want to play the game. And that's what I find the most intriguing, right? When you've got issues where you crash going into the game mode, when you've got rewards that aren't being pushed out to you, when you have objectives that aren't being shown or loaded, when you have items that are not being described properly, when you don't have the proper flow to go through the rewards depending on how many you've gotten, all of those things do one single thing. They make someone say, I don't think this game is working right and it's not worth my time. And that is the one thing that EA Sports does not want. To me, EA Sports pushes everyone into Madden Ultimate Team. There's a reason why, when you load up the game, all of these user interfaces that they're having to go in and correct, we'll talk about that in a moment, lead back to Ultimate Team. And it's because that's where they want you to spend your time. Understand that Ultimate Team allows you to spend the least amount of time playing their game and have the most opportunity to spend additional income with their game by buying packs. And that is really all this game is about. Going in, spending the least time you can with a broken product, hoping that they spend the max amount of money as a consumer to go to EA, and as we'll talk about at the end, they don't even take time to put in things that really matter and players care about. And it's been a year in and year out process forever. Moving forward with Superstar mode, again, I don't really think anyone plays this mode. It's not as complete of a game mode as any of us would want. But how do we get so many different issues? So many very basic issues. How do we have various issues with stability? To me, it comes back to putting things in the game and not actually testing them, not having enough people, not hype your game, but actually play your game and come back and say, listen, these overalls aren't correct, the loadout screens aren't proper, we're getting pushed to different interfaces that we shouldn't be. Fix this. Even celebrations in the game are broken. Moving forward, when you talk about what they really pride themselves on, being the only NFL simulation football game in the market, we're adding Randy Moss's signature touchdown. Listen, I get it, Randy Moss, all-time great, but at the same time, when we're literally this far again into the season and we're fixing clipping issues with cleats, we're correcting one of 32 teams' jerseys. We're updating hairstyles. And this is just one of the many faces that needed to be scanned into the game, which I'll give you a little bit of leeway, but not all the leeway, because you have everything at your disposal, because that is what you wanted, becoming the only NFL game. From there, we move on and talk about presentation again. Deutsche Bank, fantastic. I'm glad these things are in the game, but why do they take so long? We should be playing in these stadiums, on these fields, before the NFL ever does. Updating player portraits, again, various stability updates. We have no idea what that means. Updating the crowd, updating the commentary. No, you're putting it into the game. Now, as I mentioned, Madden Ultimate Team, one of the things that I think gamers really get away from is what they're playing, what they're looking at, what they're watching, right? So when I look at the new Ultimate Team promotions and I see Terry Tate, office linebacker, most feared, what does this resonate to someone just playing the game? Terry Tate was on a commercial 15 years ago, more than likely. I don't really think that someone today understands who Terry Tate is, but when you do this, it allows a casual fan, it allows someone that maybe doesn't even follow Madden, or football for that matter, to look at this and say, wow, look at what they're innovating, look at what they're bringing in. All this is a player card in numbers. This is the least amount of work that EA can do and make it look like they've actually done something. And that's why I think so much of what we see and hear daily coming out about this game is not these fixes that they've known needed to be made, is not the work they've been putting on to patch this game and fix things based on our feedback, but instead it's Ultimate Team, because that allows them to appear to do the most while actually doing the least. And when EA Sports is sitting there, still trying to fix their game, and probably won't get it done before the season ends, doesn't even have the ability to get rosters updated on time every single week, week in and week out, when there's only 18 games for them to worry about. Have coaches that just got fired that Madden won't be able to have updated in their game for weeks, when it should be the following day. There is no way that I will not be back in the week with more commentary.